Welcome to God Have Mercy.
We're rolling. So, hey, we're back. It's the end of the summer. So last week was the launch.
As I set off camera, it was a soft launch. We can't launch without John Stevens.
No, you can. It was
No,
good.
no,
it was good. He talked about grief.
We did. Yeah, Sasha Coles.
Yeah, it
was good.
It's good.
Yeah.
So we're getting back in the rhythm of things. Maybe, who knows? I mean, this is it's been a long summer off.
Yeah.
And I thought so. Here's what I was thinking, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm really liking the artificial intelligence. I'm living into this.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's doing all my thinking for me now.
Really? Tell me about it.
So
Is it writing your sermons?
No, it's not. I'm not doing that yet. I'm close though.
Are you?
I'm really
That'd be
close.
scary.
I'm really close. But here's what I just did. I said, hey, what would be a great topic for our podcast, Pod Have Mercy, after a long summer break?
Oh.
And it gave me some great ideas.
Let's go.
Here are it says here are a few strong directions you can take in your return episode. Number 1, what we learned this summer.
Where in the world was John this summer? That's what I want to know. I want to know about what you did.
It says that it wants us to have a reflective conversational episode, but I'm not really sure if that's going to happen. But I will say, we did have different adventures this summer, and I think it'd be interesting for everyone to hear. Start with you because your adventure started first.
Oh yeah,
I was here in June.
Yeah, it was a grand adventure.
You were gone in June.
I was.
And where did you go?
I didn't go anywhere, John.
No, that sounds like my time off.
Yeah, I think I had. Yeah, the first part of your time off was my time off. I didn't go anywhere. I
thought you went like camping or something.
I went. No, it was too hot.
Oh yeah.
I was all geared up, but then I thought I can't. Yeah. So I ended up going with the Texas Methodist Foundation to Philadelphia for a week with a cohort that I'm in. Michael Ginger from Central United Methodist in Galveston was there, and so got to spend time with him and Shannon Hopkins.
Did he wear a suit and a tie?
Yeah, Michael. He's always buttoned up.
Yeah.
I think formal.
I think he has 5 T-shirts, one for every day.
I think formal for him when he does funerals has got to be long pants.
Yeah.
Or maybe board shorts. Black board shorts is what he did.
You can sport it, man.
Yeah. So, so I was there for a week, and it was great. Philadelphia is pretty fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
Never been.
Yeah. I got to walk around historical places.
Did you see the Liberty Bell?
I did. The hotel we were in was right by it.
Was it really?
Yeah. Continental Congress, George Washington's house.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's good. What about you?
That's it? That's all you did? You went to Philadelphia?
I went to Philly. You know what I did? You would be interested in this. I did not get up for CrossFit at 4 in the morning the entire month.
Really?
And my goal was, what would 8 hours a night of sleep feel like?
Well, did you do it? Did you ever sleep?
I felt friggin' superhuman.
Yeah?
It was great.
That's great.
So I'm trying to make some adjustments to my sleep so I can sleep a little more than I was, because I think I'm gonna have dementia and a stroke if I don't do that sooner
because
than later.
of sleep.
Well, they're saying all this like longevity and mental health and everything else is tied to sleep
Yeah, and your memory.
and memory.
You lose your mind.
Yeah.
So sleep is important. I think you should do that.
Yeah, thank you.
So since June though, since June, are you still sleeping?
I'm sleeping a little more. Yeah, I'm trying to go to bed early.
When you say a little more, like 4
Maybe.
hours now?
I'm trying to get
Because I do know that we were texting late at night and you were responding. You, Jeff, on the other hand, when do you go to bed at like 8?
8:30, I'm in bed.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
We're texting at like I think it's a reasonable hour, like 9,
It wasn't-
9:30. We're like,
yeah.
Jeff?
That was like 10.
Jeff? And the next morning he goes, well, I was already in bed. I
Yeah,
was
but
like, I looked
he
at-
also doesn't get up till 9. So he's getting like he's like
I'm up at 5.
an 18-year-old. He's like got
crazy.
18 hours of sleep.
See, I'm a late night person, which is bad.
Yeah,
I should.
you are.
Well,
No,
I
it's
should.
not
No, it is. It's what the problem is. So for me, in this summer, we took off in July, and we went to Colorado to visit my brother-in-law in Steamboat Springs for a week. And ever since I got back, my sleep is like ruined. Because when you go to Colorado, your heart rate is like 900 beats per minute at night.
It's like you're on a treadmill even when you're sleeping.
It is. It's totally. And so something happened.
Did your whoop say that you were like in
Oh, my whoop was
zone
like, what
4?
the hell are you doing? It's like, why don't you go to bed? What are you, running a marathon at 3 in the morning? I mean, it was crazy. And I didn't feel super horrible. But since I got back, like before I left, my resting heart rate's like, low 60s at night. Now it's like 80, 75.
Your resting heart rate is?
Yeah. Ever since then. Of course, then I also went to Scotland to play golf on a golf trip.
Yeah, you and Trump were there at the same time.
We were there at the same time.
Did you see him?
I did. I saw him hit a golf ball. Very long way.
Did you?
Ball. Great golfer, the Donald.
Huge.
No, we were not. I mean, I think we did overlap, but he was in a different part of the country. I didn't see him. I didn't play at a Trump resort because we were on the east side. There's not one over there. So I have played at a Trump resort before, and I will tell you, no matter what you think about Donald Trump, he does a good golf course. I'll say. He does a good hotel and a good golf course. He does. What am I supposed to say? It's really nice. Turnberry is mighty fine, I will just say.
Yeah.
And I hear this new Trump Aberdeen course in northern Scotland is like going to be like one of the top courses. I will say it's good to be a back course. I'm getting back, and then I'm going to turn around this weekend, and I'm going to do a wedding in Colorado. So I'm going to actually. So now my heart rate's going to be all
jacked
screwed
up
up
again.
Yeah, good grief. Well, I might as well just live with it.
So, can I ask a serious question? Mm-hmm. Did you come back? Did you learn anything? Come back with any insight that you're like, oh, okay, that's helpful.
Well, since I just talked, let's start with you.
Okay.
Did you learn anything? You learned you need to get more sleep, but what did you learn this summer?
So, this is kind of weird.
Okay.
I met with a kind of my spiritual director person right now, and I just said I want to be prepared for the fall, like emotionally, physically, spiritually. And I was in June. What should I do to like just be ready to be like present? Okay. And so we talked about that for a while, and I realized I merged into July with this understanding that like I'm not supposed to be grinding anymore. I don't know what that means, but I feel like spiritually it's like I'm supposed to allow the Spirit to let it emerge. And I was like, okay, because I think most of my life I've like, let's go make this happen, and I really felt like that season is over, and I'm supposed to. I don't know what that means yet, so I'm just,
You're still going to be Matt Russell, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. Because you and Stephanie talked about
I know.
like Sabbath and unplugging.
That's
See,
hard
I
for
can
me.
do that.
You are. This is your one of your immense gifts to me, is that like you model that because that's a core thing. Like you have no like. I remember early on being on your staff and you saying, "Are you having fun?" Because if you're not having fun, what are you doing? And I thought, oh, ministry and fun. I have some fun, but it's like, and I think, so there's a...
Well, any job, come on, any job's going to have parts you don't like
The
and that you
suck
have
factor.
to do. Yeah, the suck factor. I mean, embrace, they say, what do they say at West Point, embrace the suck.
Yes.
It's just that's part of life. Not everything is going to be, what was that funny? It's like when you have an employee and it's like they come in and they talk to you and they say, I really just want to get paid more money, but I only want to do what I want to do. And I don't want to really do any of the things that I don't want to do. And it's like, seriously, there have been people
verbatim
in front
a discussion
of me,
I've had with
almost, not, and I wouldn't say it exactly like that, but they're basically, I want to focus on this, this, and this, which gives me life. And I don't want to do this, this, and this, which drains life out of me. I was like, that's not a job.
Yeah, that's not a job.
That's not what a job is.
That's called a funeral.
So you have to, but you also have to have, I mean, like the thing about Sabbath to me is I think people do better now, maybe post-COVID, but because, sickness becomes your forced Sabbath.
Yes.
Illness becomes your imposed Sabbath if you don't. That's the only time you ever stop is when you're sick. And I think about my daughter and son-in-law. They got 2 kids now, like 2 and 8 months, 2.5 and 8 months. I'm thinking, man, you don't get time off from that. It's tough.
That's 18 years of just...
But you have to find rhythm of Sabbath. It's a command to remember and observe.
Yes.
And I think it's required for your life. I think in the summer, you taking some time off in the summer is good,
Yeah.
even if you don't go anywhere.
Yeah, it was great. It was great for me. I thought I'm going to do this for the rest of my life because it was like I emerged back like, oh, I feel good. I love people. I love being here. You know, that kind of thing of like, oh, I'm super called to this place.
You know it's time to leave or retire when you get done with your break and you go, I do
Dear
not want to go
Lord,
back to that
please, no.
place. So it's time to take on something new. So good. So you've learned a little bit more about Sabbath and unplugging and not being the hamster on the wheel.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like I feel like I've always had permission, about that externally. It's been hard for me to internalize that permission. And I felt like that was the move. It was like, okay, you don't have to grind at everything.
So one
What
of the
about
things,
you?
one of the things I've learning is I have, I've been doing. I think I may have mentioned before. I've been doing this thing kind of as a hobby aside. It was like my wine certification.
Yeah,
it's called the WSET Wine Spirit Education Trust, and so I'm on level 3 now, which is a lot harder than a lot more than 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is like anybody. No offense, I think anybody can do this. 3 is like it's a lot of stuff. And I'm like, whew, okay. But what's really cool about it, it's like like I said this morning at our staff time, it's like people think it's just like drinking wine and sipping and go, that smell flavors of grapefruit and lime. This is 2017 Chardonnay from Napa Valley. No, there's some of that, but it's really in level 3, you learn all about like the viticulture and the climate and the land and the farming practices and the way the vines work and how they succeed and how they don't succeed, and it drives you right back into the Bible with all this imagery of a vineyard, all this imagery of the soil, all these metaphors of wine, all this imagery of I am the vine, you are the branches, abide in me, all this kind of stuff, and it's just really cool because you can see how like an agricultural community. I mean, Jesus having this around him, vineyards would have been a regular thing in their lives. Everyone would have had vineyards in their community that they worked on together. So right. It wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility to think Jesus was working in a vineyard at points in his life.
Yeah.
Like he did probably a lot of other things.
That's great.
Stonemason with his dad.
And
by the way, when I say stonemason and you go, what, he was a carpenter, that's what carpenter meant back in Jesus's day. It wasn't just wood, it was also stone.
Oh.
Yeah.
A bricklayer.
Yeah, kind of. All sorts of things. Building things.
See, I didn't know that. I need to go get some.
I know things.
You do know things. I know things. There's a retired Methodist minister, Kathy McShane, who owns a vineyard in Napa Valley. We ought to have her on and let you just go ham.
So part of what this did, Jeff, and we've kind of been talking about this, and I'm in the process of getting these things lined up, but I reached out to some folks that I thought would be interesting. So one book that I've been reading, I got here this summer is. I'm selling. I don't get any cut off of this
yet.
It's called The Spirituality of Wine.
Oh, whoa.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's by Gisela Kreglinger. It's a foreword by Eugene Peterson. She is a real deal. She's the real deal. She is a theologian. She grew up in Germany, Franconia, and her family has been crafting wines for generations. There's even a monastery in that area of Franconia in Germany where there is a chalice that her family donated to the monastery from like 500 years ago.
Amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
That's really cool. So she knows that, but she also has a PhD in historical theology from the University of St. Andrews, and she's taught Christian spirituality for years. So it's been interesting to take the lessons of the vineyard and cultivation and pruning and soil and planting and climate and all this kind of stuff, and kind of like, I don't know, it just makes the whole thing in the Bible with all these stories and parables, I see them in a different way. Anyway, no, but it's fascinating, and I think it'll come out a lot. It's made me think a lot about, Like just one of the things I talked about this morning, well, look, what's real important in like cold regions, like where they grow grapes, is like they plant the grapes on southerly or southeasterly or southwesterly facing slopes because they get more sun during the day. If they're in the northern hemisphere, when the growing season is in the summer, they get a longer sun. So you get more warmth and more sunlight. And it's like people have figured this out, you know.
It's amazing to me, like, and I've been around you and some other folks that know wine, that like you can begin to tell what soil it comes out of. And I just think, just spiritually, I mean, you can't, at the end of the day, you can't fake the soil.
No.
That the fruit of which is connected to the soil that you're in.
A great example of that, as I've learned, is two places. One is Rias Baixas, which is in Spain on the northwest coast. So it's influenced right on the ocean. So the Albarino grape that you drink has some salinity to it that comes from the ocean. But what's interesting is Chablis, which is a Chardonnay grape in the middle of France, up in a high cold zone, right in the middle of France, has a saltiness to it, salinity. You know why? Because the soil is all this alluvial kind of, it used to be an ocean. And so when you dig down into the soil, it still has like seashells and all the stuff from what used to be
from Noah's Ark
many, many years ago. Like there was an ocean there. And so still from the soil, it's pulling not from the ocean nearby, because there's not an ocean, but from the soil. Amazing. So you get a little salinity in the wine, and it's coming from all those shells and old seabed kind of stuff up on top of a mountain.
That's amazing.
It is cool. So, yeah, I'm learning stuff. It may not be interesting to everybody, but it's kind of interesting to me.
Have you seen Drops of God?
Yes.
What do you think?
So that's another thing.
Is that Netflix or Prime? Or I
think it's Amazon Prime.
Okay.
I think. I'm not sure.
So it's a show?
It is a mini-series of like 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And the basic premise is there's this guy who writes this world-renowned wine guide.
And had the biggest private wine collection in the world,
and
right?
has a $150 million wine collection. And he dies. And he has a daughter, and he has his protege sommelier who works for him, who's Japanese. His daughter's French. He was French. But it happens in Japan. So you got what you're going to watch it, Jeff. It has French language, Japanese language, and English language. So
but if you've seen Narcos, you're ready.
Yeah. But it's subtitles all over the place. But what's fascinating about it is, and I won't give it away because you should watch it, I will say the ending wasn't quite as punchy as I would have liked for it to be. It was kind of like a at the end. But the story and the whole thing is really good. The episodes and stuff are really good. A lot of suspense and tension. But she recalls back, he left when she was young, so she hasn't had a good relationship with her father. But when she was young, he took her out in the vineyards of France and taught her how to smell the smells so that she could guess it blindfolded, that she could smell anything, right? So she has this like superpower to like smell it and go, she kind of sees it.
But she didn't drink.
She doesn't drink, because she has a problem.
Her. Yeah.
Well, that goes to another plot point in the thing but then the other guy, the Japanese kid, the sommelier, who's a part of this wealthy family, he's supposed to do his duty and line up, but he has this passion for this. But he's the theory guy. He knows all the theory of wine, which is interesting when you study wine. There are both parts of that are significant. And what I have been really fascinated by, the drinking of wine's great and the smelling it and all that. That's a skill. You have to do it a lot to get it. But she was gifted at it. Yes. The theory, though, is like, as a history major, the theory is neat to me.
Yeah,
because it's history, it's soil, it's geology, it's like viticulture, it's all that kind of stuff going on together. But so basically in his will, he dies, and he says, you're my daughter, you're my protege, my sommelier, and I'm going to have a contest. There's going to be 3 challenges. And whoever wins 3 challenges gets my wine collection.
And there's twists to it all the way.
It is.
I thought at the end, probably like wine, it's not about wine. It's about relationships, right? And underneath this thing that you think is a beverage is really about all this history that's complicated, Just
But
like
I
the
also
soil
like
it
their
comes out of.
personal stories. Like, so, like
yes.
her personal journey and her demons, and his personal journey and his demons with his family and background and
Yes.
stuff. And there's a couple of like aha plot points that you kind of like figure some things out. Well, so that's, kind of summers and things that are going on. I've actually reached out to this, the lady who wrote this book, Gisela Kriegmiller, and she's
that'd be
going to come
fun.
on the podcast.
Right on.
Yeah, Spirituality of Wine. So we have to get that lined up.
Is there like a month of, because it'd be
Like a
fun
month
to-
of wine?
Is there like a wine
Is that
month?
when you want to set out?
No. I want to invite
Because
Kathy on.
Haley wants to be on.
I want to invite Kat. I can sit out whenever you want me
No,
to.
no.
but
I don't
mean,
want you to sit out.
But Haley would be great. I mean, Haley's like,
well,
she's-
yeah. Well, I asked her because Haley is on staff and she's been doing her wine certification. So I asked her this summer when I was reading some of this stuff. I said, "Have you heard of her?" She goes, "Oh yeah, of course I've heard of her."
Of course,
read of-
yeah.
But and
Haley
Haley
needs
has
to be
been
there.
writing some stuff around spirituality and wine and stuff as well. It does. It gets your juices flowing in a new direction.
That's great.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it'd be great to have them on to talk about that. Might some people will be fascinated, some people won't care.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way it is with this podcast all the time.
It's just all over the map. Hey, and I got to tell you, this week coming back to Chapelwood, there was a vibe
Yeah,
over. It just feels like, I love this church. Community just felt, it's just good.
well, Sunday was huge. I mean, people having a hard time finding parking space. That 10 o'clock hour at 9:45 and 10 o'clock hour, we
Kids.
probably had 800 adults in worship. That's not counting children and youth.
I don't know what young
And
adults.
just that hour.
Yeah. I don't know what young adults in our neighborhood are doing, but there's a lot of kids. I mean, there's.
Well, the other thing ChatGPT told us that we should do on our first episode back is talk about things that happened this summer in the news.
Dear Lord. Nothing happened.
So, one of the things it mentioned is there were new movies that came out, big movies. Superman.
Oh, saw it?
Did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
So Superman's an interesting thing because it's always kind of like a Christ figure, right? What did you think of the new Superman?
I loved it. I'm pretty much of a sucker for Superman, though. I
You
liked
are?
it. Yeah. I mean,
Do you like the older, like the way they did it before, where like a guy can't ever be hurt, and except for kryptonite? It's the only thing. This Superman gets his rear end handed to him several times.
but there was some kryptonite in it.
Well, before the kryptonite.
Yeah, that's true. But he comes back pretty good.
Well, he needs a dose of sun. He got to get shot up.
That's true.
By the solar radiation. You got to shoot up, gets fixed up. Yeah, but it's good. He strikes me more human, like more relatable.
The marvelous Miss Maisel character, I forget her name.
Yes,
She was Lois Lane.
Yes.
She was good. There's some good.
Did you see the Jurassic World movie?
No.
No, I haven't either.
I'm not a big Jurassic. I shouldn't say
How about, did you see Mission Impossible?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Saw Mission.
Never watched one of those. all the
There's
way
only
through.
like 18
Do you like
of them.
those?
I fell off after the second or third, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just a guy running. He's got to get it. And he's
It's
gotta-
just a guy running. That's
Tom
basically
Cruise
it.
running.
It's just like, how old can Cruise be and still?
How many planes can I jump out of, or motorcycles can I jump off the Grand Canyon?
Yeah.
He's just evil Knievel, but he's better paid. And then Lilo and Stitch live action remake. I'm sure that's right in your wheelhouse.
Could not get
Lilo and
enough of
Stitch.
that.
You couldn't. Yeah.
Well-
Taylor Swift announced that she got a new album coming out. I'm sure that just really lit you up.
Fires up.
And news is she is going to release not only on album and CD and digitally, she's going to release her album on cassette tape.
Sweet.
Do you still have a cassette player?
No.
I thought, well, yeah, you're old enough.
I should. I mean, it's not like right?
You old enough for 8 tracks? You remember
Oh,
8
yeah. I
tracks?
remember 8 tracks. 8 tracks.
Jeff, you remember 8 tracks in a car?
No.
No, he
I
doesn't.
mean-
You don't even remember cassette in a car, do you?
No.
Vaguely.
Oh, my gosh.
Vaguely.
We're
What was before cassette? There was not, or 8 track. There was just
8-track.
there's a radio.
It was radio. That was it. Yeah, it's just called FM, AM radio.
Those are the days.
Yeah, FM was a new thing back
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back. Make sure,
too.
you know, that you're always liking and subscribing to the podcast. We're going to have a lot of guests on as we get going. We'll be talking about things that are going on in the life of the church. We just thought today we'd get back, we just kind of get back in the room, like talk about what we've been doing and what's going on, and hear about Matt's dance moves,
Yeah.
interests now. Yeah.
I'm starting a whole dance ministry at church.
Do you know there's an interpretive? Some churches do interpretive dancing
Yeah.
during.
With those ribbons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
I ran that in a Pentecostal church I was involved in.
All right, so
for
before he did, he ran that ministry. All right, so before we go, for people who don't know, here at Chapelwood, of course, we have multiple worship communities. Mercy Street on Saturday night at 5:30. We've got the center, the contemplative
Center.
service at 8:45 in the chapel. We've got
Generaciones.
Generaciones that is now moving soon to a new location at the West Chase campus at First Methodist. We've got Fairhaven on Gessner Road. We also have our sanctuary services, the 3, but we also have a great gathering called The Crossing that you lead on Sunday mornings at 10 in the fellowship hall. Y'all had like standing room only overflow capacity because I've heard from a lot of people. I was like, it's Matt Russell. You just love him more than you do me. They're like, no.
That's not true.
He's talking about Seinfeld.
Yeah. See, I
So
suckered them in.
this is the thing. I'm preaching on like encounters with Jesus,
Yeah,
the
so
woman at the
that's-
well, encounters with
that's so
Jesus, the
first
blind
century.
man, and Matt Russell's like, Jerry Seinfeld, what's the deal? We're gonna do a sermon series on Seinfeld. What's the deal? So what did you? I'm just curious because I don't get to go in there. I'd love to go to the Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Service. Everybody wants to go. I want to go to the Seinfeld service. What did you talk about on Sunday?
So the last, I'm just doing episodes. What we're talking about is like how do we mature spiritually over our lifetime. So I'm just taking little clips from Seinfeld and using that as the mirror that we see the gospel through. So this last week we looked at the episode called "The Jacket," where Jerry tries on the suede jacket and it makes him feel really good. It had that like candy stripe lining, and then he goes to meet his Elaine's father, who's this world famous writer, and who's really intimidating. And when they're walking out to go somewhere else, and it's snowing, and Jerry's freaked out because suede jacket, and so he turns it inside out to wear it out the door. And his father-in-law or his Elaine's father said, "You looks like a damn fool." So he turns it inside. He turns it right side out and wears it out, and it ruins it. So we use that as a way of looking at the things that we use to kind of prop up our egos and the way that our value gets connected to all this stuff, and that like maybe like Christ calls us to a different way of holding kind of ourselves and our egos.
I got to go back and watch Seinfeld.
I mean,
Well, it's been so long since I've seen it, but nowadays, like my kids will go back and rewatch The Office like once a year.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
that's like their generation's Seinfeld-ish.
it like
Parks
the
and
staying
Rec.
power of
But
the staying
Seinfeld
power.
was our generation.
Yes. Yeah.
I need to go back and watch it again.
Like for me, it's like the Ted Lasso kind of things that I can never get sick of just watching. There's just always like,
They're coming out with another Ted Lasso season.
yeah, that's what they say.
Maybe someday. Well, good. So, if you want to go to Real Church and worship Jesus, you come to the sanctuary.
If you want a cat toy,
to,
come to the crossing.
If you want to talk about what's the deal, why?
What else is coming up at the crossing through the end of the year?
So we have, you'll like this.
I will. I like Seinfeld already.
I know you do. Jerry Weber's coming at the end
What?
of September, and he's going to do a whole thing on the spiritual practices for not just the crossing, but for the church. And
We're going
he's
to get him in
speak.
here when he comes.
Yes,
Yes.
that'd be great. So, and then we're going to do we're going to do a 2-week seminar on grief in preparation for the Day of the Dead. Just how do people kind of walk through grief, and then Richard Beck is coming in October. Richard Beck is he does a blog called Experimental Theology and is a psychology theologian at Texas Christian University.
And the crossing, man, see, they do like Jerry Seinfeld and like experimental theology.
Yeah, we're all over the map.
Yeah. It's kind of fits your style.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, it's good to be back.
Oh, I'm so glad you're back, dude.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back.
Yes,
Well, it's good to be back. Make sure you go like, subscribe, share with a friend. We're going to have a lot of good things going on, a lot of good conversations. And, don't ever hesitate to reach out. Do we have an email or a way they can reach out?
gwood@chapelwood.com.
Gwood.
GWOOD at chapelwood.com. Well, I'm John Stevens.
I'm Matt Russell.
And this is Pod Have Mercy.